world that nature has to offer in one lifetime. What a dream! To travel freely into the home of the wild ones, to live with them, to become so accepted by them that they hardly notice that you're there. That is not only my dream, that's my goal. I'm wildlife photographer Bill Porter, and I'll take you there.
I walked on the mountain down by the sea. There I saw the man who shared his world with me. We shared the world with wild ones, that's the way it's meant to be. We're also meant to save them, that's the power in you and me. I wandered down the valley, crossed to the other shore. There's wildlife all around us, birds and bees and so much more. We're always going to take some, that's the way it's meant to be. We're also meant to save them, that's the power in you and me. Well, I woke up to the sunrise, stood there at sunset too. Still I saw the wild ones, wish you had been there too. For with one touch of nature, the whole world had become kin. This message all around us, that's the way it's always been.
Wildlife Unlimited Foundation, thanking you for doing your part to keep our wildlife unlimited. I'm wildlife photographer Bill Porter, and I'll take you there. Sometimes they're cute. Sometimes they're beautiful. Other times they're simply amazing. But it's always exciting in the wonderful world of the wild ones. Looking at a scenic view becomes so much more when wildlife is present. We watch the grazing animals all around us. We marvel at the wonder of it all. We even compete with them at times for the space to live, and we need the grasses that they need to feed our livestock. Still, we appreciate them being there and even sympathize with their plight. On the other side, we have predators. A predator, one who preys on another. The definition can send chills through you. No wonder that predators are thought of as the bad guys. Man has taken the side of the so-called meek and killed off the predators whenever possible. However, with new insight and knowledge, we have found that no ecosystem is complete without its predators. Predators cull the numbers of the other species, cutting back on the amount of starvation and disease caused by overpopulation. The balance of nature cannot be obtained without predators.
More than just a necessary evil, predators are caring parents and are fascinating to watch. They add a beauty to this world otherwise unobtainable. Wild canines, the wild dog family. They are the most seen and therefore seem to be the most common of the North American predators. The gray fox, smallest of the North American foxes, is just not a color difference, but a separate species of fox. Unlike other foxes that can run up trees to good heights, the gray fox can climb trees. They are small and hunt alone. Therefore, their prey is small. Mice, shrews, eggs. Like most predators, they are opportunistic. They eat whatever is plentiful and the easiest to get. They live in an area that covers the eastern half and the southernmost regions of the United States. Another member of the fox family, and by far the most common, is the red fox. The red fox is found in a wide range of North America, and the whole world for that matter. A favorite meal for the red fox is again mice or shrews, anything small. Any smaller animal, like rabbits, whenever they're available, will become the next meal. They are opportunistic hunters, hunting whatever is most plentiful at the time. The red fox hunts everything. They will eat any kind of meat, some vegetables, and even think fruit is a treat. But mostly, man identifies them as chicken thieves. Truth is, they love to catch and eat birds of any kind. Man just has a great way of making it easy to get a chicken dinner. The red fox is found in a variety of colors and mixed colors. Red is the dominant color, but black and gray and any mixture of these are not uncommon. Many think that a silver fox is a separate species because of its distinctive markings, but it is not. It's a red fox, and it is born to the same litters as the red-colored foxes in the wild. The swamp fox is just another mixture of colors. Often different colors of foxes are born to the same litter. The fox's den is usually dug into the side of a hillside or in a rock pile. From 1 to 8 pups are commonly in a litter. As with all wild animals, the availability of food has much to do with the number of babies born. The Arctic fox roams the cold northern lands of Canada and Alaska. Purplish and skinny looking in the summertime, they don a thick, beautiful white coat for the winter. They have no real home. They sleep in the open, cuddle up and cover their faces with their tail, and go to sleep. The ptarmigan, also white in the winter, is one of the fox's favorite meals. Coyotes are another common canine predator. Larger than the fox, the coyote is also called a brush wolf in most of the upper Midwest. There it tends to live in the brushy areas and appears much larger with its thick winter coat. Found throughout most of North America, rather than being pushed out by man, they seem to thrive next to man. They often take advantage of man's food supplies, domestic animals, as well as his throwouts. Until recent years, they have hunted alone. But in recent years, several reports of group hunting have been verified. They are learning to hunt together and to bring down larger prey. Prey otherwise uncatchable. The timber wolf is the supreme canine in North America. This beautiful creature once inhabited most of North America, but man feared him and told exaggerated stories about him. Without better knowledge, many came to hate him. The wolf was ridiculed and put down, shot on sight, poisoned, hunted from plains, driven nearly to extinction. Now we know that they are not demons. They do not have mystical powers. They are just another member of the wild canine family. Smarter, perhaps. They have evolved their hunting skills over the years, and they will often hunt in packs, bringing down the biggest of North American animals, like the moose or elk. After being reintroduced to a few of its former habitats, the timber wolf now roams free in several wild areas where he has little contact with man. Their devotion to family is unparalleled in the wild kingdom. Many of the misconceptions about the timber wolf are being erased by the knowledge coming from getting to know this magnificent creature. The timber wolf can be found in several colors and mixtures of colors, blacks, reds, blondes. No two are exactly the same. Several other species of wolf are also found in North America. The red wolf is the smallest and is only found in parts of Texas and Louisiana. The bears of North America are often left off the predator list. And although they eat vegetation, they do eat meat whenever they find it, and they do kill other animals for food. Fish is a favorite food for the bears, especially in the spring, when the big females are swimming upstream. Black bears are the most common. Their range is widespread across most of them, as they are in fact very unpredictable and charge without warning. Still, the biggest problem with black bears comes when they are protecting their young. Food is another source of trouble. They think that all food is there for the taking. They will kill other animals for food, but prefer ants, fish when available, or other remains found as they wander the countryside, eating vegetation as they go. Grizzlies are now only found in the remotest of areas. Wild, mostly uninhabited areas, the Rocky Mountains of the United States, north through Canada and into Alaska, has become their last stronghold. The Kodiak bear is found only on the Kodiak Island off the Alaskan coast. Larger than even the grizzly, and they are also very dark in color. while the grizzly makes its home in the Rocky Mountains and hibernates during the long winter months as the elk and others search for food. The northern, icy-covered lands are called home by the polar bear, perhaps the most dangerous of all bears. They eat almost exclusively meat, seals making up the bulk of their diet. You'll want to see feline predators and weasels available on another tape. I'm wildlife photographer producer Bill Porter. Thanks for helping me keep the wildlife unlimited.
On land and underwater, sportsman and photographer Bill Porter with son John and family invite you all to join them at a spot in the country where we hope to see some wildlife still run free. We'll go hunting, climbing, fishing, diving, see things that help to set the spirit free. We might take some of the surplus that the good Lord has provided, always mindful of the sportsman's creed. So the wildlife we all love remains unlimited. Oh, Bill and Rose and little John, who's grown to be a man, will show you through a camera's eye wonders of the land. You might camp with them by mountain streams or run barefoot in the sand. But wherever you go, recall the creed, keep the wildlife unlimited. For a sportsman's more than just a hunter or a fisherman. There's things to seed all the mind of many a mortal man. From the way the wild protect their young to canyons carved in sand. Oh, don't take them all as you recall. We're for Wildlife Unlimited. Yes, Bill and Rose and Little John, who's grown to be a man, will show you through a camera's eye wonders of the land. You might camp with them by mountain streams or run barefoot in the sand. But wherever you go, recall the creed, keep the wildlife unlimited. Wherever you go, recall that creed, keep the wildlife unlimited.